morning, everyone, or is it afternoon, depending on when you view this. This is another Giving Tuesday segment, and I have the wonderful Atiya Johnson who is with me. And this time we are going to talk about giving to yourself. And you'll be like, Michelle, that's not what Giving Tuesday is. Sometimes it is. Sometimes we have to get better so we can help others. And so this is an opportunity for a lot of individuals within the beauty industry to take your brand to the next level. And we are going to talk to the expert about this. So you take it away. Tell us about your academy. I watched the video like twice. And I was like, okay. So tell us about your academy and tell us a little bit about you. It was on YouTube. About are you ready to be, an elite? Yes, that's it. I got it.
I love it. Yes, ma'am. So first, let me say thank you so much for allowing me to have this opportunity to have this conversation with you. It is truly an honor. We don't always get people like you that are so giving and want to give back to others, right? Without their hand open, because the time that we live in is like, if my hand is open, I want to receive something too. So I just truly appreciate you for giving me this opportunity.
Absolutely.
And just to talk a little bit about the school, like you said, yes, that is our commercial. And the question is, are you ready to be cosmetology's new elite? And we tell the students we are truly with you from start to success, and we mean that. But we're also, our tagline is preparing cosmetology's new elite. And so we talk about in the classroom, like, we only want the cream of the crop, and the elite of the elites is, right? Like, I say that all the time, but it's truly a testament of my journey and what I've been through and how I would like to give back to others. And I think that the trade industry is somewhat underserved. If I can, say that, I talk to the students because we have many students come in and it's like, this is their second, third, fourth, fifth time in school because they really wanted to do this from the beginning, but had, parental issues with parents saying, no, the only way to success is through college. Right. And so, I'm a firm believer, like, I've been doing this since I was 12 years old and took over my mom's business when I was 17 years old. And so I know the success that this industry can bring. And I talk to the students all the time, and I'm not going to go ramble on with this question, but I do want to say this. I tell the students all the time, celebrities understand the dynamic of this industry. Take, for instance, Rihanna, right? Rihanna started Fenty Beauty line and became a billionaire from
it. Just like
like that, right? With not even a lick a day of cosmetology, but she understood that when you're dealing with a economy that, like I said before, is $543 trillion, right? That's where the money is.
That's good. Because you said something that was, that made sense. It's like a lot of us, we're looking at Instagram, TikTok. Back in the day, I don't even know if they still do magazines. That's why I didn't say magazine. But a lot of times we're like, oh, we want to look like her. Oh, we want to look like him. And, oh, man, what color eyeshadow does she have? Or she's wearing her hair like this. So when you say that Hollywood knows, they know. It's like, before I did this hairstyle, who did I see who had the hairstyle?
Yeah.
It might not have been exact, but I was like, oh, okay, I like that. So of course, I don't grow blonde hair, but I like to I like to rock it out.
Yeah, and you look beautiful with it.
Thank you, darling. So and I mean, even when we talk about beauty, like, we got ourselves ready before we came on this train.
Absolutely, yes.
Right, because it's going to be played over and over and
yes.
over again.
Yes. And I told them, I said, during COVID, right, this industry was one of the only industries that made money more money
Yes.
after COVID, right? So, we had clients knocking down our doors during COVID, like, please, I need my hair done. I need my this done. I need that done. And so it was like, if you didn't believe in the success of this industry before COVID was the thing that showed you, oh no, like this industry is the industry. And so I am a firm believer of trades, right? And I got a biased opinion, of course, because I'm in it, right? But it is truly something that, it is underserved, like I said. And so because I hate to use this word, but I'm going to use it. We're brainwashed, right? Wow. All throughout school to believe that, and I say this in a lot of my speeches, is the only yellow brick road way to success is to college, right? It's like, if you don't know what you want to be after, once you get to junior year, right? You need to know what you want to be. You need to know what college you're going to, right? And if you don't, then I'm questioning how successful you're going to be.
Right.
You see? And so, but we wanted to create, getting back to the school, right? We wanted to create a space for people to come into and understand that while I understand the brainwashing that we all went through, right? Coming up through life, I want you to do something that you love. Because I listened to Les Brown one time in one of his speeches, and he said, the average American has the average heart attacks happen on Mondays from the hours of 7 a.m. to like 11 a.m.
Ooh, what they do? Stressing about going to work?
Stressing about going to work.
Ooh,
and so I was like, wow, for me, I get the opportunity to get up every day and love what I do, right? And there are days where I'm like, oh, Jesus. I got Miss Jerry today. Who she gonna give me one, right? But it's okay. Like, I really do love what I do, and so I'm not looking at it as a job. And then it's endless potential. And so, I mean, you don't even. Go ahead.
I love when you said that college is not the way, and for everybody. Like some folks, yes, doctor, I want you to go to college. Absolutely,
yes, ma'am. Right.
Oh, wait a minute.
Work for me without going to college. Yes.
Medical professional. Wait a minute. Yes. But you're right. It's not for everyone. Yeah. And with me having 4 children, that was, in the beginning. With my first 2, it was like, yes, it's like me and my late husband and I were like, you got to go to college. And then as they began to go, things began to change for them. They were like, and I was like, well, do they need to? Especially the one who's in technology. They need technology professionals so much. They're like,
yes,
like, Facebook, Google, Microsoft, all of them are like, if you can pass the certification, we'll hire you in, and then and then if you want management, then you got to go back to college. So some people never go back to college.
Like, sorry for cutting you off, but in the tech world, they are paying top dollar for certifications. So, well, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, but I'm glad you include it, and it's true. So when you talk about that, and are they really teaching? It's great. If that's the route that you need to go, but are they teaching everything within the beauty industry? Because again, I've had different beauty ladies, and for some reason, if they didn't do their business right, then they're out of business. Now I got to find a new business lady, and now I'm looking at the next one like, oh, yeah, you gonna go out of business, and and it's like, but I mean, I love that you have this school. I know you and a few other ladies who have been in the industry, who have seen the ups and downs and really see the unfairness within the diverse groups of, like you said, there's only a certain percentage that is set aside to work on hair like mine. Yeah. But my thing is, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for an individual who can work on hair like mine. I'm not going to the other group because, have they worked on it? Do they know what to do with my hair? All people of color, we don't have the same hair, and we have so much mixtures in our background and things like that. And, you talk about the chemistry of it. I didn't even know that. So, I mean, this is this is exciting. So when I say invest in yourself, I need people to invest in themselves. Because if you don't invest in yourself, you could watch YouTube and Instagram and TikTok and get free, but
you're
getting all this
YouTube University.
Right. But you're getting all this free information from Atiya. You're getting it from whoever else. You're getting it from 5 different people. And not saying there's nothing wrong with these other folks, but you guys' techniques are different.
Yes.
And it's just like, when you have the shampoo, you have the conditioner, you have the shine, but you have it all in a set because it all works together.
Seamlessly together. Yes, ma'am.
Right. So you have got to set aside, it's almost 2023. And I'm going to rerun this actually in 2023 also.
Okay.
What is your plan for 2023?
Yeah. So right now, and I'm a jump back and then jump forward.
Okay.
I'm gonna come to your question. Because you said so much profound things. I'm like, oh, where's my notebook at? I need to write that down. So I'll come back to that, right? But I want to answer your question, and I want to answer it in a certain way, right? Because we understand in our classrooms, and even our teachers and our staff, right? They are all prepared to not only teach the students how to be industry prepared, but to be mentally prepared for the world, right? Because the reality is that we get into anything and where we are in our job, in life, in relationships, right? In anything, if we don't have the mental capacity to withstand throughout the day and throughout the years and throughout the lifetime, then you'll break. And so what we notice from so many beauty industry professionals is that they don't even have the wherewithal mentally sometimes to actually do the things that is necessary to be done to become the level of professional that you need to be, right? And so we make sure in our schools that we're not only touching industry preparation, state exam preparation, right? We're touching social emotional skills. We're touching financial literacy, business practices. So when I tell you, we try to embody everything that I had to learn as I went through experience. We want to give that to the students from day one, right? And so that you can actually go out there and really be able to cope in this industry. And I'll tell you a quick story. I tell this story all the time because it really is what made me. And so my mother, she witnessed tragedy. We witnessed tragedy, right? Because at the end of the day, it was her immediate family, but it was my uncles and my grandmother. And so she lost both her brothers and her mother all within a year apart. And at this time, she had her business, her beauty salon, Janas Unique Hair Salon. She had that business, and it was running and operable for about maybe 10 years, I want to say, before this situation happened. But my mom is licensed in both PA and New Jersey, so she's a bad girl, right? And had a clientele for about 30 years before she even decided to open her own. So at the time where she lost her brothers and her mother, back to back, I was 17 years old. She had a nervous breakdown and ended up needing to take some time off. And so I lost my mom in that moment, right? Because she had to mentally get herself back together because she felt defeated. And so I had to come in just to make sure my mom's legacy didn't die, right? I'm saying, oh, Miss Wanda went crazy, right? I didn't want anybody saying that. And so I just came in just to make sure my mom's legacy didn't die. And from me coming in and going throughout this journey, what I realized is that we as cosmetologists, we pour so much into everyone else, and sometimes we forget to pour into ourselves. And so I am that person who wants to train the students in our entire team, right? We want to train the students and not want to, because we are currently training the students to put yourself in a space of mental strength so that you can cope with life's trials and tribulations that's going to come.
I love that. I want to say that you had mentioned something when you were like, y'all pour into us because we're sitting in your chair for an hour, 2 hours, some of us, okay, a little longer.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, and we're having conversations, and I'm learning about you, you're learning about me.
Yes.
And like you said, if you're not careful, that those, those 20 heads that you worked on that day or whatever it is, it can just like, it could just eat you down.
Yes.
So I love that, but continue on. I love when you said that.
Yeah. So those things will eat you up and chew you up and spit you out, and you won't know. Like my mom, right? It just hit her all at once, and it was like, I can't take no more. Right. And so, the tragedy of her family was one thing that piled on top, but it was really everything else that she was dealing with. Right. And so from my mom, I was able to learn to put yourself in a place of mental strength, so that as these things happen for you, you'll be in a place where you can kind of withstand the hit, right? Because it's going to come. Trust and believe it's going to come. And so to answer your question, right, I had to go there to come back here.
Right.
To answer your question, we are doing it with our adult learners. Our school is for adult learners. You have to have graduated with a high school diploma or a GED in order to actually come to our school and get a state license. However, what we learned is that we need to start touching these students earlier.
Absolutely.
And so before adulthood. And so now we actually are partnered with some high schools in our area, where we're actually going into the high schools and offering just one of our programs, a short program. So it's not giving them too much, too easy, too soon. But it's just giving them just enough just to taste it and see if they like it, right? And join us if they decide to. But even with the high schools that we're partnering with, these high school students are able to come out with a license in that particular subject or that particular thing.
I love that.
Yeah, cosmetology is like the whole umbrella, and there are so many things underneath of it. And so, so the question, to answer your question, what are you doing in 2023, right? We are currently, and like I said, we just opened up a year ago. So this train is moving fast.
It's the bullet.
Yes, I'm like, God is good. And so, yeah, so we have our adult program, and that is growing amazingly. And now we're actually partnering with high schools in our area to touch those students too, so that we can make sure that, we're not doing any division a disservice, because we want to make sure that we can, get them too.
I love it. So, all right. So look, guys, I know y'all are like, at some point in time during these videos, Michelle going to talk about government certifications.
I love it. Yes,
government contracts. There are opportunities for such a program as Atiya's program, is that you can go into the school and you can get paid for it. Not only are you helping the student get this certification, that actually within different schools, they do ask for, is there a career development program that you have that can help our students? Yeah. So, and then they have the contracts and like, okay, do you have this type of certification, minority certification, which helps. So, it's a little smaller contract, but this helps with the big stuff, and again, it's like, why not get paid for something you love? Yes. It's at a discounted rate. It's still giving, so if your rate is $3,000 an hour and you're in there with the students for a total of 6 hours, but you're only charging the school just $3,000, then that is giving of your professionalism and helping students. So sometimes, again, it's the, like you said, the reprogramming that, we can make money, but are we really making money? If my hour, if it's $3,000 an hour, $3,000 times 6 is what? But I'm only charging you $3,000.
Right.
It's like, it's still good. It's still a win-win. So I love the give back of what you're saying with the students. This is really important. I do the same thing. I talk to students about their resumes and LinkedIn and how to interview, our young people. Whew, I was like, start watching Instagram. That is not how you interview.
I know that's
right. That's a whole nother conversation. That's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah.
So tell us exactly how we can reach out to you to learn more about the program. Like I said, you have videos out there. So guys, I'm going to have that in the text on you watching the video of Atiya and about her great program. But, from your mouth, let folks know how they can reach out to you.
Yes, ma'am. So you can reach out to us through phone, email. Our phone number is 856-344-5018. Again, that's 856-344-5018. You can reach out to us through email at info@janasacademy.com. And Janas is Janas. So info@janasacademy.com. You can also search us up on YouTube, Janas Academy, Instagram, Janas Academy, Facebook, Janas Cosmetology Academy. We're also online through our website, and that is janasacademy.com, as you see scrolling so nicely across the bottom.
Yes. Don't worry, y'all gonna, I know y'all be like, I don't have my pen. How am I gonna write it down? Don't worry, when I post it, you guys are going to have all of that information, because I want you guys to reach out to her, because you're in the New Jersey area, correct?
We are in New Jersey. And let me just say, right, like I have to connect with you again, right? We connected about the government grants, but I've really got to get serious and get on that, because I know that there's a lot that we're leaving on the table, especially with us being minority owned and woman owned.
Yes.
Like I'm sure there's a lot that, that we can get help with in that area. And so I definitely got to connect with you on that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because of 2023, we're going to get it all, right?
I know that's right. Yes, ma'am. I love it.
And we may have to reach back to get that, bring forward to it. Look, I'm all about it, man. I'm excited. I'm excited about this. But thank you so much for taking time out, speaking with me, because I know how important it is for a lot of, again, young people and established people in the beauty industry, that we want them to win. It's time to win. And I'm glad that you have this program. Again, reach out to her. Don't hesitate. She wants you to win. And invest in yourself. Yeah, we're talking about Giving Tuesday, but this is something that will benefit you, your company, that's going to, benefit your family, your community. It makes a difference when we have solid companies. Yes. So thank you again, and you have a wonderful, wonderful day.
You too. Thank you so much.